Hey guys, here for another episode and another day of the Word of the Day. And the word today that we decided on was restore or restoration. And we look at restoration as a different thing sometimes. Is like my dad, he used to restore old cars. He would take something that was all rusty and holy and all messed up and turn it into something that was absolutely gorgeous and back to its glory of what it was back in the day. But today's restoration or restore is going to be based off of what Pastor Dave was talking about yesterday a little bit, and I'm just going to expand on it. And that was Peter and Jesus' talk on the side of the beach when they were having breakfast. And Peter was sitting there, and Jesus looks to him and he goes, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter goes, "Yeah, yes, Lord, of course I do. I love you very much." He goes, "Then feed my sheep." And then he turns to him again and says, "Peter, do you love me?" He goes, "Yes." And then he goes to the next thing. And then he goes to one more and he goes, "Peter, do you love me?" And Peter's so hurt and sad and goes, "You know I love you." Now, just a week or so ago before that, and we're not exactly sure exactly the time lane that was in between this, but let's say about a week before, Peter's in Jerusalem as Jesus is getting ready to be go through trial and all the different stuff, and somebody walks up to him and goes, "You were with him." He goes, "No, I wasn't." And then he turns around and goes, "Yes, you were. You were with him." He goes, "I wasn't there." And then he turns around and goes, "I don't know the man." So Peter denied him 3 times, and then Jesus comes back a week later and sits down with him and brings him back 3 times. And this is one of the reasons why I think he was so hurt on the third, is because he realized what Jesus was doing. That he sat there and told him at the Last Supper that you're going to deny me 3 times by the rooster crow, and he did it. And the only order to bring him back to restoration, the only way to bring him back to where he felt that he needed to be, was to do it in that manner. You know, restoration is an awesome aspect of our Christian lives as we go to Christ and we kneel before him and say, "We want you in our lives." And we get restored, kind of like that old car my dad used to do, to where we were broken, we were beat down, not running right. And we ask Jesus to come to our lives, and he fixes the holes. He fixes our insides to where we are running in the way he wants us to be. So I encourage you, as we go through this time, as we go through what we're going through right now, and to let you know that we are going to be restored a little while down the road, that Jesus is not going to keep us from doing what we are designed to do, but we need to be steadfast and allow it to work. We are to be steadfast and allow the doctors and the nurses and what our government is telling us to do in order to keep this in advance and allow us to come back fully restored in our lives. And I just want to encourage you guys through this last verse that we have, that I want you to take with you and take home with you and meditate on today. And that's this. And it's 2 Corinthians 13:11. And it says, "Finally, brothers and sisters, rejoice, strive for full restoration, encourage one another, be of one mind, live in peace, and the God of love and peace will be within you." Not much to say after that, but I just want you to be encouraged that through all this and what we are doing is going to make a difference down the road. And the fact that we get the opportunity to still do what we do through different avenues of video and Facebook and Vimeo and YouTube, that we get to bring this to you guys, is awesome. And God's using it in a mighty way that we get to talk into and still be able to give you an encouragement word. And I just pray that we take it and honor God and allow our lives to just bless him as he's a blessing to us. Thank you. Have an awesome rest of the day, and allow peace to go with you.